Okay, so let's get into it and start from number 3. The third most popular Japanese winter dish is... it's tonjiru. Tonjiru is vegetable and pork miso soup. I've actually never cooked tonjiru before, so I hope it's gonna turn out okay. I'm gonna start off with preparing konjac. First, I'm gonna cut it into half and then cut it into thin slices. By the way, if you don't have konjac or other ingredients I'm using, don't worry, you can always freestyle and make this soup with whatever vegetables you have. I'm gonna sprinkle salt and rub it with my hands and let it stand for 5 minutes. After that, I'm gonna move konjac into a small pot and add water. I'm gonna let it boil and cook for a couple of minutes. Perfect! Next, let's prepare veggies. I'm gonna cut daikon radish into a quarter and then peel the skin. I'm gonna cut it into half and then into another halves. Next, let's cut them into slices. For carrot, I'm gonna peel the skin and then I'm gonna cut it into half. After that, let's slice it into thin pieces. Perfect! Next up, we have negi. Let's cut them diagonally. The last veggie we got is burdock root. I'm gonna peel the skin and then I'm gonna cut it diagonally into thin pieces. I'm gonna soak them into water to prevent discoloration. Last but not least, for sliced pork belly, I'm gonna cut it into 1-inch pieces. For those of you who don't eat pork, you can make it with just veggies, so you can use different kinds of meat like chicken. Okay, now it's time to fry them. I decided to use sesame oil cause I think it just makes everything taste better. First, let's add pork belly and stir fry. I don't know about you, but I'm not that detail oriented when cooking, so I'm just gonna add all the rest of the ingredients we prepared in the pan. Let's cook them until they are nicely coated with oil. Next, I'm gonna add water and dashi powder. My trick is to add more dashi powder than what's suggested on the recipe to increase umami. I'm gonna stir to mix, and once it's boiling, I'm gonna lower the heat and skim off the scum and fat from the soup. Let's cover with a lid and cook for 8 minutes. Lastly, let's add miso, mix everything, and our tonjiru is ready to be served. I think it looks pretty good considering it was my very first time making tonjiru, and I'm really excited to try it. Itadakimasu. This is amazing. I remember eating this when I was a child in winter. Such a throwback. Let's get into number 2. Number 2 is a signature winter food and it can be found in pretty much any convenience store. And it is Oden. I used to be an ice skater and the ice skate rink was so cold, and I remember eating Oden in between practice. This is gonna be my first Oden this season, so I'm really excited and I hope it's gonna turn out well. Okay, let's get into it and start off by preparing daikon radish. I'm gonna peel the daikon radish and then cut it into round pieces. They should be around 1 inch thick. Next, I'm gonna score across on the slices so that they can absorb more flavors. Next up, we got chikuwa baked fish cakes. I'm gonna cut them diagonally in half. For konjac, I'm gonna make cuts in one direction and then repeat the cuts in the other direction. And it should look like this. And then I'm gonna cut it into smaller pieces so that it's easier to eat. Next, I'm gonna pre-boil daikon radish for 15 to 20 minutes until they're nice and soft. In a different pot, I'm gonna boil water to make boiled eggs. Oh, and don't forget to pre-boil konjac too. Okay, it's time to prepare the soup. First, I'm gonna add water, and then I'm gonna add mirin, sake, and soy sauce. These are the deep fried tofu and fish cakes I found in the supermarket. They look so yummy, and I'm just really excited to eat them. Okay, let's add all the ingredients into the soup. I just noticed that it's getting way too full, so I'm gonna change it into a bigger pot. Okay, that's better. Once it's boiling, I'm gonna lower the heat, put the lid, and I'm gonna let it cook for 20 to 30 minutes. Wow. Oh, this looks amazing. And here we have our Oden. Honestly, eating this for lunch is like as winter as it can get in Japan. This is deep fried tofu with mochi inside, and I was just so excited to eat this because it was my absolute favorite when I was a kid. I don't know if you can tell from my face, but it tastes absolutely amazing. Can you see the mochi inside? Oh, it's so yummy. Daikon radish is kind of a main character in Oden, and I'm so happy that it turned out so well. Before cooking this, I was worried that it's not gonna be as good as the ones at konbini or restaurants, but everything tastes amazing, and I'll definitely cook this more often this winter. It's almost 6 p.m. and I'm getting hungry, so I think I'm gonna cook dinner. There's like a storm going on outside, so I'm sorry if you can hear the noise. The most popular Japanese winter dish is nabe. Nabe means hot pot in Japanese, and there are so many different kinds of hot pot. And today I decided to make sukiyaki because I think it's just the best hot pot ever invented. I'm getting hungry, so let's get started. Let's start off with preparing vegetables. First, I'm gonna cut green onions diagonally. For enoki mushrooms, I'm gonna discard the roots. Next, we got napa cabbage. I'm gonna chop them into bite-sized pieces. For shiitake mushrooms, I'm gonna cut off and discard the stems. And then I'm gonna cut a cross pattern on the shiitake mushroom caps. This is gonna help them absorb more umami, plus they look cuter this way, so why not? I'm gonna prepare nabe or pot, preheat, and add beef tallow. I almost forgot about grilled tofu. Let's cut them into smaller pieces while waiting for the pot to get hot. Okay, my pot is hot and ready, so let's start off with frying the sliced beef. Make sure to cook both sides of the beef so that they'll be nice and crunchy. I'm gonna move the beef to the side, make some space, and then I'm gonna add all the veggies. For enoki mushrooms, I'm gonna peel them into smaller clusters before adding them into the pot. For the soup, I'm gonna add water, next we got soy sauce, and then I'm gonna add mirin and sugar. Before putting a lid, I'm gonna add grilled tofu and shiitake mushrooms. Oh, and I almost forgot about shiratake noodles, but I'm gonna wash them with water and then add them into the pot. Let's put a lid and let it cook for some time. Okay, it looks amazing, and here we have our amazing sukiyaki dinner. In Japan, we eat sukiyaki with raw egg, so first I'm gonna beat the egg, and then I'm gonna dip the sukiyaki into the egg. I cook sukiyaki a lot in winter, and it tastes amazing every time. It honestly never disappoints me. I took a bath and I was craving some dessert, so I'm gonna make an easy late night snack. I'm gonna add yogurt into a bowl, and then I'm gonna add kaki, which is called Japanese persimmon in English. It's a Japanese fruit that we eat in cold season, and receiving a box of kaki this year reminded me that this new winter season is here. To top it off, I'm gonna add honey, and my quick late night snack is ready. I'm editing some videos for my Instagram, and then it's time for once a week guilty pleasure hour where I watch J-drama. Okay, it's finally time to reveal how much it costed to make the 3 dishes. The total turned out to be 3,763 yen, which is around 25 US dollars. Considering how good everything turned out to be, it's honestly not bad at all. I think cooking is one of the best ways to save money, and if you want to know more money saving tips that help me quit 9-to-5 job, make sure to check out this video. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next one. Bye!